Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. Today in this video we'll be testing out the Horizon Windows emulator on my low-end Android device. So this device has a Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 processor which is pretty low-end, and it is the iQOO Z6 Lite with Adreno 619 GPU and 6GB of RAM, though the only available RAM is 2.4GB, so you can consider it as even a 4GB RAM Android device. In today's video we'll be trying to run some of the most popular PC games on Horizon emulator. So before starting, if you guys are new here, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I keep you guys up to date with the latest Windows emulation videos and PC games test. Anyways, let's get started with the best settings. Now first of all, inside the Horizon emulator, make sure that you are running its latest version, so you can check it out by tapping on this option. Afterwards, just go ahead and tap on this refresh button, and if there are any updates available, then you can simply tap on the update all option. But currently I am using the latest version of Horizon emulator, so the performance should be pretty amazing, and that's what we'll be testing out, as Horizon emulator is the best performing Windows emulator for Android devices. We'll go with 800 by 600p resolution and also enable stretch to fit display. Once that has been done, scroll down, and yeah, everything else is great. Let's go back to environment settings. Here we'll just go ahead and create a brand new preset and call it preset 1. Afterwards, scroll down, make sure that build block is set to 2 to get the best amount of performance possible. You can also set the build block level to 3 if you are using an low-end device, and that's what we'll be doing for today's video. x86 simulation has been turned off. Afterwards, call red flags, make sure to set it to 0, and you can modify this according to the games that you are testing out. For example, if you are playing games like Assassin's Creed, you will need to set call red flags to 1. Anyways, I'll talk more about it later on in this video. Mango HUD has been enabled, so we'll scroll down and set the position to top left corner. Afterwards, set the font size to 14. Once that has been done, we are all set. You can set the max shader cache level to 4GB, and yeah, those are going to be the best environment settings. Let's head back to Horizon emulator. We'll be using a Wine 9.7 vanilla container. For that, let's create a container. Let's use environment preset as new preset 1. Let's also use the latest box 64 version, and afterwards, this is the most important part. Now according to the games that you want to emulate, you can set the DXVK drivers. For today's video, I'll be going with DXVK asynchronous 1.10.3, but if you want to emulate games like Cyberpunk 2077 or any newer games, then you can go with 2.3.1 DXVK. But 1.10.3 is pretty stable, and as this device has a Snapdragon processor, we can even use the latest Turnip driver version 9, and unfortunately for Mali GPU Android devices, Horizon emulator is still not supported. Now that we have applied the best settings, let's start Horizon emulator and try emulating some Windows games. Also, the time taken to open a container will depend device to device. So if you have an high-end device, the container will open faster, but if you have a low-end device, you'll need to wait for 2 to 3 minutes. And also, Horizon emulator can be ran completely offline, so we'll be turning off our Wi-Fi. And there we go guys, Horizon emulator has successfully started or booted on my iQOO Z6 Lite. Now you can simply tap on the start option and make sure everything has been set by checking the Wine configuration. So we have opened Wine configuration. Windows version is set to Windows 10, which is what you should go with. Anyways, once that has been done, we'll simply start setting up Microsoft Visual C++ drivers. This is important if you want to run all the games without getting any Microsoft Visual runtime errors. Once the setup is successful, we'll tap on the close option, and now we'll start testing out the games that I have loaded for today's video. We have Assassin's Creed Rogue, Grand Theft Auto 4, GTA Vice City, Amazing Spider-Man 2. GTA 5 doesn't work on this device because it is just not capable of emulating it, as we saw in this video right here, which I'll put on the iCard above. So we'll try out GTA 4 instead. Anyways, the first game which we'll be trying out is going to be Grand Theft Auto Vice City, because obviously we got to start from a low-end game to see if it works on a low-end Android device. Okay, wait a second, there is a pop-up which says cannot find 640 by 480 video mode. So there is a resolution issue, as GTA Vice City is an old low-end game. You need to have the 640 by 480p video mode or resolution, and to fix this issue we'll need to decrease our screen resolution size, which I won't be doing. GTA Vice City will work guys, let's be honest. Let's move on towards our next game directly, which is going to be one of the higher end graphics game, which is Assassin's Creed Rogue. Now Assassin's Creed Rogue is a proper AAA game of its own time of 2014 I guess, and emulating it on a low-end Android device is going to be very amazing. So I have just started the game, and there we go, it has successfully booted. At the top left corner we have the FPS bar. But wait a second, we'll need to initialize the input bridge to get on-screen touch controls. I have managed to launch the input bridge app, and you will be able to see the touchscreen which has started. Let's tap on the enter button, and you'll notice that the game is actually working properly. At the top left corner we have the FPS bar, but let's just go ahead and start a brand new game and we'll figure out how well does this game work on a super low-end Android device. We tested out this same game on Emulator Android on the same device and I was really surprised with the FPS. Though I am hoping that the performance in Horizon Emulator must be way better, as it is the best performing Windows emulator for Android. And at the top left corner I am seeing more than 30 FPS. Oh my god, just take a look at this, guys. The cutscene is rolling in and the FPS is pretty stable. Okay, now that it is rendering the 3D world, you'll notice that the FPS has dropped down to almost 10 to 12 FPS, which is not that bad. Once again, when we tested it out on Emulator Android, we were getting around 4 to 5 FPS I believe, but here you will be able to see we are getting around 15 to 16 FPS. And the great thing of this game running on Horizon Emulator means that Horizon Emulator works perfectly even on low-end Android devices. So obviously if you have an old Snapdragon processor Android device, then you can definitely emulate some Windows games on Android like you're seeing right here. We are literally about to emulate Assassin's Creed Rogue on our low-end Android device inside the Horizon Emulator. So there we go, the game has successfully started and everything appears to be working perfectly fine. And the FPS which I am seeing is definitely 100% better than what we were getting in Emulator Android, because it is literally giving us around 13 to 15 FPS in open world areas and there are literally no graphical issues, whereas in Emulator Android at this moment I was getting like 4 to 5 FPS. So definitely you can emulate some AAA titles, and if Assassin's Creed Rogue is playable, I am pretty sure that the next game which we are about to test out should also be playable. Let's exit this game that ran surprisingly smooth on my Android device. The next game which we'll test out will be Amazing Spider-Man 2, and there we go, guys. This is pretty surprising. All of the games are opening smoothly without giving any kind of crashing issues like first try, and yeah, everything works. By the way, I am also very excited to test out Horizon Emulator on my Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra in my future video for the GTA 5 gameplay test. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications to see the gameplay of GTA 5 running inside Horizon on this massive Android tablet. Like, just take a look at this for comparison. It's just so massive, man. Always brings a smile to your face. Anyways, there we go, the game has successfully started, and just the fact that you can emulate some old PC games on your Android devices, no matter if it is low end or not, is very satisfying for me, because growing up emulating Windows games on Android used to be a big dream of mine, and finally, even if you have a low end Android device, you can achieve that with the help of these Wine based Windows emulators. And take a look at the FPS which we are getting, around 20 FPS stable. Pretty amazing, to be honest. Inside Emulator I was only getting like 5 to 10 FPS at most, but inside Horizon Emulator, amazing FPS. And funny thing is, my device isn't heating up at all, which is very great news for those of you with low end device. The thermals are pretty stable, which means you can emulate games for longer period of time. And there we go, the game has successfully started and we are getting about 15 to 30 FPS. Nothing to complain at all. Just take a look at this. The graphics are pretty amazing and it is smooth overall, smooth, responsive and playable. So let's move on towards our next game, which is going to be, of course, one of the fan favorite, the Grand Theft Auto 4. Let's find out if this game works on my low-end Android device or not. And guys, this is pretty interesting. I have launched the GTA 4 game, as you will be able to see right here, and apparently the game has also successfully started, because in Task Manager it shows GTA 4 is running and consuming 180 MB of RAM. So it is apparently working, but unfortunately there is no GTA 4 game here in the recent sections. So how am I supposed to play it? I don't really know. Let me try right clicking, and no, there is no option. There is only option to end process. So let's end process and try launching GTA 4 once again. We'll also end services so that we can get a better RAM management. And no guys, once again it's the same case. There is no GTA 4 game even though it is running in background. So I'm not really sure, it might be an issue with the GTA 4 version that I have loaded on my Android device. It might not be supported in Horizon Emulator. So I can test out GTA 4 in our next videos. I'll try out a different version of it. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications if you don't want to miss that video. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.